Hello friends. Only weeks after the Delhi High Court said that democratic protest and terrorism are not the same, Stan Swamy has left this world making a joke out of this statement. Father Stan Swamy was kept in detention under the stringent UAPA from the past October regarding the Bhima Koregaon violence case. Swamy was an 83-year-old Jesuit priest. He had grown weak to an extent where you can say that it would make no difference to the government if it would release him or keep him under detention. But the government even refused to give him a straw and sipper to eat his food. Our system acted so cruelly with him that this 83-year Parkinson-ailed old man had to knock at the doors of the court for a mere straw and sipper. That's not all. The National Investigation Agency asked for a time of 1 month to decide whether he needed a straw and sipper. Father Swamy's death is much more than the death of an activist accused of terrorist activities. It is the result of a systemic abuse of majoritarian authority and disregard for the rule of law. In this video, let us try to find out who was Father Stan Swamy, what is this Bhima Koregaon case, why was he denied a mere straw and sipper. Before we move ahead, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our updates. I am Nihal Muhammad and you're watching the Upfront. So, who was this Father Stan Swamy? Father Stan Swamy was someone who advocated for the rights of the tribal people living in Jharkhand. He had worked in the state for over 3 decades on various issues of the Adivasi communities on land, forest and labor rights. This includes questioning the non-implementation of the 5th schedule of the constitution, which stipulated setting up of a tribes advisory council with members solely of the Adivasi community for their protection, well-being and development in the state. He was an activist for most of his life and used the legal system to fight for the rights of those who were being unfairly targeted and thought that the constitution would help in securing justice, even moving the Jharkhand High Court in a public interest litigation on under trials. When doing all of this, surely he would never have imagined that his fate would be decided by the very system he used and believed in. Father Stan Swamy was under arrest from the past October related to the Elgar Parishad case. Now you might ask, what is this Elgar Parishad case? Elgar Parishad was a coalition of over 250 Dalit and other non-profit groups who came together to mark the 200th anniversary of the victory of the Battle of Bhima Koregaon. The event was to be a cultural one with several performances and speeches planned. 30,000 to 35,000 people gathered at the Shaniwar Wada in Pune to commemorate the day. On the next day, violent clashes broke out near Sanaswadi between 2 caste groups, Mahars and Marathas. A 16-year-old Dalit boy was killed, allegedly because of caning by the police. On 22nd April 2018, one of the key witnesses of the violence, a 19-year-old Dalit woman who had lost her house in the violence, was found dead in a well. Her family alleged that she was being pressured to withdraw her statements. The Supreme Court declined to interfere with the arrests of the activists and also declined to appoint a SIT to investigate. On January 22, 2020, the government changed in Maharashtra and the new state government under the Shiv Sena, Congress and NCP ordered a probe into the case. On January 24, 2020, the investigation into the Elgar Parishad case was taken over by the National Investigation Agency. The decision caused a political war of words as the Maharashtra government accused the union government of not taking its consent before the transfer of the case. In October 2020, the National Investigation Agency filed a voluminous 10,000 plus page charge sheet with fresh names. Father Stan Swamy was named in the charge sheet as an accused who tried to bring together Dalit and Muslim forces to bring down the fascist government at the center, and he was arrested under charges of UAPA and sedition. The police also accused him of having Maoist links. On 23rd October 2020, interim bail for Father Stan on medical grounds was denied by the NIA Special Court. On 6th November 2020, the legal counsel of Father Stan Swamy requested the court straw and sipper as he was not able to drink water because of Parkinson's disease. NIA asked for 20 days to respond. On 26th November 2020, NIA told the NIA Special Court that they were not in possession of Father Stan's straw and sipper. On 18th May 2021, Father Stan was tested for COVID-19 at the Taloja jail, where he was lodged and tested negative. On 19th May, his health deteriorated and was taken to JJ Hospital but brought back to the prison on the same day. On 24th May 2021, Father Stan Swamy's health worsened and he was admitted to JJ Hospital in Mumbai but discharged the same day. On 28th May, the Bombay High Court ordered that Father Stan be admitted to a private hospital, and he was admitted at the Holy Family Hospital, where it was detected that he was positive for the coronavirus. On 22nd March 2021, the NIA Special Court dismissed Father Stan's application for bail on medical grounds. In April 2021, Washington Post reported that an American forensic analysis firm, Arsenal Consulting, had 30 documents to show that incriminating evidence had been planted in the computers of Roma Wilson and others in the Elgar Parishad case. It said that the cyber attacker planted the alleged letters of an assassination plot 22 months before the arrest of Roma Wilson using malware. On 4th July 2021, Father Stan was put on ventilator after he suffered from cardiac arrest. On 5th July at 1:30 p.m., Father Stan passed away in the hospital. So this was the timeline of the developments in the Elgar Parishad case, related to which Father Stan Swamy was kept under detention. We can say that the death of Father Stan Swamy is not natural. It has been caused by framing him in false charges. This is not an injustice only to Stan Swamy, but this is an injustice to all those who stand for democratic values. Death of Father Stan Swamy has raised some serious questions regarding the miscarriage of justice that has been happening in our country from the past few years. We as a democracy which believes that bail is the rule and jail is the exception, this incident is a black mark on our judiciary. The state is responsible for Stan Swamy's death, but the shame of it and the loss it signifies are the Indian people's. Despite his health worsening with every passing day, he was only shifted to a private hospital after the court intervened. By then it was already too late, and UAPA charges clapped against him ensured he continued to suffer in jail without evidence. An editorial in the Telegraph on June 7th read like this: "It was not an assassination but a slow death in custody." There is also the question of humanity. The treatment meted out to those labeled urban Naxals, most of them senior and with medical conditions, displays a targeted lack of compassion. Stan Swamy's co-prisoner Varavara Rao was released on 6 months bail after his family's desperate efforts, but not till the senior citizen's physical and mental health had deteriorated unrecognizably. Both he and Stan Swamy had COVID-19. Hospital stays did not seem to help much, for neglect is a weapon too, and last prolonged detention without bail helps the state punish anyone who dissents or has different priorities. Stan Swamy and his co-prisoners were all known as champions of the underprivileged. The state is responsible for Stan Swamy's death, but the shame of it and the loss it signifies are the Indian people's. A letter written by Father Stan Swamy from the jail read like this: "I deeply appreciate the overwhelming solidarity expressed by many during these past 100 days behind the bars. At times, news of such solidarity has given me immense strength and courage, especially when the only thing certain in prison is uncertainty. Life here is on a day-to-day basis. On the other hand, we 16 co-accused have not been able to meet each other despite being in the same jail. But we will still sing in the chorus. A caged bird can still sing. This shows the courage and the willpower of Father Stan Swamy to fight against injustice. Recently, in a letter written by Umar Khalid, he had written that a moment of thought that we spare for them gives them the strength to continue this struggle. The other accused in relation to the Elgar Parishad case, including Sudha Bharadwaj, Roma Wilson, Varavara Rao, Gautam Naulaka, Arun Ferreira, Vernon Gonsalves, Surendra Gadling, Mahesh Raut, Shoma Sen, continue to face charges of UAPA and are in prison. The bail applications of these activists are being delayed in spite of various loopholes in the investigation. If you like the content we provide, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our recent updates. Please share our videos and educate others. Thank you.